What's happening there, guys, and welcome back to our channel. JD started as an intern at Sacred Heart in the debut episode of Scrubs approximately 15 years ago. The program was a frenzy of Dr. Cox's rants, JD's daydreams, and medical drama that lasted over a decade. The series was ultimately terminated in 2010 after a brief attempt to resurrect it with brand new characters in the 9th season. On the other hand, the original cast has been kept occupied with newer and bigger projects. Let's dive into Scrubs' 2001 cast then and now 2022. Number 6, Zach Braff, Dr. John Michael J.D. Dorian. Before his big appearance as JD on Scrubs, Zach Braff had only been cast in few minor roles. He abandoned his work as a waiter as soon as he was cast in the role of JD, even though the program wouldn't begin production for another 4 months. JD is the series' central character. He narrates practically every episode, and the spectator gets a glimpse into his head because he has a propensity for daydreaming. Zach Braff returned to the world of theater as a stint as JD on Scrubs came to an end. In 2011, he wrote the play All New People, which opened at Manhattan's Second Stage Theatre and went to Manchester, Glasgow, and London in the United Kingdom. In 2014, Braff debuted Bullets Over Broadway, a musical adaptation of Woody Allen's 1994 film. It had its world premiere at the St. James Theatre and ran for over 100 performances until its closing in August 2014. Braff also launched a Kickstarter campaign for his film Wish I Was Here, which he released in 2014. The $2 million targets were met within 3 days, and the campaign raised just over $3 million from 46,520 people. He has worked on Going in Style, which was released in 2016. Morgan Freeman and Michael Caine featured in the comic heist picture inspired by the 1979 film of the same name. Number 5, Donald Faison as Dr. Christopher TURK. Donald Faison was already a well-known actor on the big and small screens before starring in Scrubs, having previously been in Clueless, both the film and the television adaptation, and Felicity. Dr. Christopher TURK, or simply Turk, is a Sacred Heart Hospital surgeon. JD has known him since they were both interns at the same hospital on the same day in college. CARLA Espinosa, his future wife, met him on the same day. Following the conclusion of Scrubs, Donald Faison married his second wife, Casey Cobb, in December 2012 at Zach Braff's house. In 2013, he gave birth to a son named Rocco and a daughter named Wilder Francis in 2015. Faison is also known for his role as Princess Cookie in the cartoon sitcom Adventure Time. In Pitch Perfect, he played one of the older a cappella males who sings booty work and subsequently gets into a confrontation with the Troublemakers. He also appeared in Braff's Wish I Was Here in 2014 and as the costumed hero Dr. Gravity in Kick-Ass 2 in 2013. Finally, Faison has participated in various music videos, including DJ Wu Kids More Champagne with A$AP Ferg, Wiz Khalifa's Problem, and Ingrid Michaelson's Time Machine. Number 4, Sarah Chalke, Dr. ELLIOT REID. Dr. ELLIOT REID began her career as an intern at Sacred Heart Hospital, completing a residency. She left for a fellowship, but returned to Sacred Heart, where she continued private practice shortly after. JD is her love interest, while Carla Espinosa is her best friend. She struggled at first to gain the respect of Dr. Cox and Dr. Kelso, but she eventually proved herself to be a capable physician. She's never had a problem attracting the janitor's attention, who's always had a thing for her. Sarah Chalke starred as Dr. Stella Zinman on How I Met Your Mother in 2008, in addition to playing Dr. ELLIOT REID on Scrubs. Since then, she appeared as Kate Swanson in the romantic comedy television series Mad Love and as Angela Claire in Cougar Town, where she played Bobby Cobb's love interest. She made a brief comeback to the world of medical drama in 2013 when she appeared in Season 9 of Grey's Anatomy as Casey Hedges, a worried mother. Chalke also appears on Adult Swim's Rick and Morty as Beth, Rick's daughter and Morty's mother. She would then also portray Gabby in the film Mother's Day, released in 2016, starring Jennifer Aniston, Kate Hudson, Julia Roberts, and Jason Sudeikis. Number 3, Judy Reyes, Nurse Carla Espinosa. CARLA ESPINOSA spent 8 years as a nurse before meeting her future husband Chris TURK, best friend ELLIOT REID, and JUDY. She and her colleague Dr. Cox had a lengthy history together, and she's also one of the janitor's few enemies. CARLA was a no-nonsense and honest person around the hospital, but she had her weaknesses, mainly regarding her marriage, pregnancy, and parenthood. She enjoys expressing herself, but despises being incorrect. Judy Reyes is best recognized as Zoila Diaz, the senior maid in the Lifetime comedy show Devious Maids. She's also appeared on Jane the Virgin as Dina Milagro, iZombie as Lola Albano, and Fresh Off the Boat as Mindy Torres. She's also starred in the 2016 television series The Good Wife as Nola Gates. Number 2, John C. McGinley as Dr. Perry Cox. Dr. Cox worked at Sacred Heart Hospital for many years and educated several interns and residents with his tough love method. He immediately became JD's mentor despite his refusal to use the title. He's a senior attending physician at the Sacred Heart Hospital at the series, subsequently becoming chief of medicine. John C. McGinley recently appeared in the comedic television series Ground Floor as Remington Stewart Mansfield. Bill Lawrence also developed the show, which aired for 2 seasons until it discontinued in 2015. McGinley, like BRAFF, returned to the stage for a brief appearance. He played the role of Dave Moss in the second Broadway revival of the play Glengarry Glen Ross, which opened at the Gerald Schoenfeld Theater in 2012. He watches after his son Max, who has Down syndrome, in addition to his acting job. He's a spokesman for the National Down Syndrome Society and the Global Down Syndrome Foundation, which is no surprise. He earned the Quincy Jones Exceptional Advocacy Award from the foundation in his work during 2011. The NBC comedy Brooklyn Nine-Nine is taking a step out of its comfort zone in the last season, addressing policing concerns more seriously than it has in the previous 7 seasons. Rosa Diaz Stephanie Beatriz abandoned her employment at the 99th Precinct to become a private investigator and aid residents affected by various types of police abuse, according to the first section of the season opener titled The Good Ones. She joins forces with Detective Jake Peralta, Andy Samberg, to assist a client, a black lady who has been singled out by 2 officers. Frank O'Sullivan, the chairman of the Patrolmen's Union, thwarts their efforts to seek justice for her. Frank, played by veteran actor and Scrubs alum John C. McGinley, tells the AV Club that he joined the popular comedy show before it ended as a gift. Number 1. Neil Flynn, the janitor. At Sacred Heart Hospital, the janitor was an unproductive employee and handyman. He seldom did his work, preferring to spend his time scheming ways to irritate and troll JD. He was a serial liar, fabricating practically every narrative he told others. A handful of people knew him before the Scrubs, but for a majority of us, that was his break from the mud house into the glass house of the film industry. This was not only because of his acting, which was still almost perfect, but also because of his mind and his strength of humor in his lines. Surprisingly, the actor auditioned for Dr. Cox in the Scrubs only to play the guest role of a janitor. The impact was good enough to retain him as a permanent member of the cast. Many celebrities, especially younger ones, have spent more time in the entertainment world than Neil Flynn. Nonetheless, he's one of the few people who correctly chewed his onions. Neil's life, even though he's an actor and comedian, was not as noisy as you may assume, although it is fascinating. If you don't factor in the amount of commotion he occasionally generates. Flynn is distinguished from many others by his appeal as a charming officer in movies and an eccentric father. And this wraps up the lives of the old Scrubs cast. Hearing from them soon would be a delight, and fingers crossed, maybe they'll relaunch the show sometime later? Who knows? Netflix has certainly made that possible with some shows, so why not dream about it when we can, right? With that in mind, let us know about some of your best memories of Scrubs in the comments down below, and we'll catch you guys later in another awesome video. Take care now.